Man, we're back. Yes. Today we're talking about one of my favorite things to talk about is networking. What's up, advocates? Welcome back to another commercial claim show. I am your host, Vince Perry, licensed and certified public adjuster in the state of Florida. And today I'm going to talk to all of you new public adjusters out there who are just getting started out and you've got all the time in the world because you don't have any claims. Well, I'm going to tell you how you can fill that time up. I'm going to tell you how you could basically get yourself prepared and ready to grow your business, and at least, like I said, keep yourself doing something in the time where you're just not really doing much of anything. So today we're going to talk about networking and growing your business and how important it is. My basis for this video is basically because, well, when I had just first started out, networking organization is what really helped me launch my business and really get it to the point where it's at today. And also, I had to basically do it again because I am born and raised in Miami, Florida, and I have been a public adjuster there for about 10 years, and just under 2 years ago, I moved to Tampa, and I had to basically start from scratch. It's only a 4-hour drive away, but it's almost, if you've ever been to Miami, it's anywhere else in the country is like a different world. They say that Miami is the closest country to the United States. But anyway, going from Miami to Tampa, it's like you might as well be going to a whole other state. It's just different. I got all my connections and all my friends and family in Miami still to this day, and it was a little bit easier, I guess, to grow my business then, but I've had to sort of start from scratch here. But luckily I've got the experience already and the know-how where it's actually been a pretty easy process. But I basically use the same step-by-step method that I used to grow my business when I first did it, when I first started. So this is actually pretty fresh. So I'm not going to do any 1, 2, 3 steps or anything like that. I'm just going to sort of look at my notes and talk off the cuff and just give you some ideas. So the first thing I did when I became a public adjuster, the first thing that I did was this thing right here, my cell phone. I literally went through all of my contacts, A through Z. And it sounds like a simple thing to do, but let me tell you, it's quite the experience. I called everybody. I called all of my friends. I called all of my family. I called all of my ex-girlfriends, all of my ex-friends, all of my family members that I just haven't talked to in forever. I called everybody. I told myself that I was not going to skip a single name. And there was some names that I came across and I was like, yeah, and then I just pressed call. It took me about 3 or 4 days to do it, because you'll be surprised how many people you have in your contacts. It took me about 3 or 4 days to do it. I wouldn't send a text message. I'd make a personal phone call. Leave a voicemail, and then send a text message. And the way this conversation goes is basically, hey, how are you? How you doing? What's new? I thought I'd give you a call. Don't tell them anything about your business yet, and just tell them, hey, how's it going? What's new? I haven't talked to you in forever. Came across your number. I felt like calling you. How is everything going? And they're going to tell you about their life. And then eventually the next question that's going to come up is, well, what's going on with your life? And then that's when you pounce and you tell them, well, I'm a public adjuster. I just got my license. I'm very excited. I'm looking for this, and that. And if there's any way that you could help me, see if you can help me. The things that you're looking for as a newly public adjuster is not just people that have water damage, but maybe you could find people who have filed a claim, at least in Florida, in the last 3 years. I don't know what the statutes are in different states, but it used to be 5, now it's 3. But basically, if a claim was filed within the 3-year period, you could reopen that claim, take it to appraisal, and get more money. So that's a good question to ask them. Always ask them about their friends or family. Have they suffered any kind of losses? Do they have any kind of water damage in their house? You know, there's a lot of things that you can go with. You know the industry, so you have to ask the right questions and see if you can get some claims like that. But just go A through Z. One thing, while I was doing just my little research for this video, something that I didn't have back then, I don't remember, I mean, I didn't really use it, was Facebook. I mean, just social media in general. You could go on, like me, I have a lot of people on my Facebook that I don't have on my phone. So that's giving you now probably about double the amount of people that you can contact. And you could call them through Facebook or just send a nice personal message. I'd go literally, again, A through Z from all your Facebook friends that you haven't called already, and send them a personalized message. Hey, how are you? What's going on? What's new? Came across your name here on Facebook. I'm here just, you know, shooting the shit, and I felt like giving you a call or sending you a message to see how you're doing. How's everything? Ask them how they are. To be a good networker, you need to be a good listener. You can't just go out there with your business card. You can't just go out there and start talking about yourself, because people ain't gonna listen. That's just a fact of the matter. So listen to people. I enjoyed it. I did. I enjoyed the process because I don't know, I get a kick out of people. I get a kick out of what's new with people and what I can learn from them. To me, that's very important. I'm a firm believer where I don't know anything at all. Because there's so much out there to learn, and we could continue to learn, and there's so much that we can learn from other people. So if you go in with the right attitude, you'll be surprised at the great meaningful conversations that you're going to have with some of these people who have very interesting things to say, and they could lead to other things. So listen to people when you network, listen to them, and you'll be able to learn a lot about them, and then they'll be able to learn a lot about you. If you show the time to listen to them, they're going to show the time to listen to you. So call all your contacts, get on Facebook and start sending personalized message. Then you got to get the whole social media thing going, right? I was never too big on social media before, but it's important. It's a good way to just sort of blast, let people know what you're doing. With Instagram, now you've got the daily post that you could put. You could also put on Facebook. I think that's pretty important. Let people know that you're working and hustling. If you don't have much to do, don't worry. Even me, a person who comes out with this weekly video on YouTube, and I come out with weekly videos on Facebook. I mean, there's times where I don't want to do it, and then just don't do it. Try to force yourself, get out of your comfort zone to put that video up there or to put that stuff out there. But, you know, it's okay. But, you know, take pictures and post stuff on social media whenever you can. Tell people that you're here to help as often as you can. I wouldn't be so crazy about developing a website yet, but yeah, that's something that you can do also. But definitely you want to get yourself an online presence. My thing with me is person to person. That's what matters to me the most. I honestly, with the followers that I have now and the followers that I'm gaining throughout this entire process, I still don't really get many referrals, like hard referrals. I don't really get through social media and through the internet. Most of my referrals come from what I think is the most important thing when you are building a business and when you're just trying to grow your business and become successful. And that is building relationships. Building relationships is the key. I mean, it is the most important. You need to prove to people that you're a trustworthy person, and you need to get out there and really, just make friends with people, build relationships with people. The more people trust you, the more people will refer you. So I like person to person. So that's all I got on the social media and stuff, but that's why I like calling the contacts. That's why I like sending personal messages on Facebook, because it's more raw, it's more real. That's why I like doing these videos without really any cuts, because, you know, it is what it is. And phone calls coming in all the time. Hold on, now we gotta answer this phone call. Sorry, you see, you get a phone call sometimes, and sometimes you just gotta get it. And frankly, there might be another phone call that comes in, so I apologize. But anyway, where was I? Which is basically the importance of building relationships and the importance of meeting people in person. And the way that I found now in 2019 to meet the right people for what you're looking for, which is growing your business and getting referrals, for me, what's worked tremendously is Meetup. Meetup is an app. It's like a social media app where it's strictly for finding people who are of your same interests in the area that you live in. So it could be anything. You could find the networking organizations and the referral groups through Meetup, which is I'm going to get to right now, some of the ones that I use. But you could also just say if you have any kind of things that you like me, I love photography. Photography is just a passion of mine. And I found a photography group, and they get together almost once a week at different places at sunset, and really, really nice, where we take nice photos of the sunset and the water and everything. But anyway, it's a group, it's free, and you go out and you meet and you shoot with other people. Well, you do the same thing with networking. So you could localize what it is that you want. So you could just say business, and there's a ton of different meetup groups where it's all about networking. It's all about growing each other's businesses. So one of them that I like a lot, that I don't think is on Meetup actually, but this is the one that helped me really start my business, and I'm back in the organization today, is called BNI, Business Networking International. It's a little bit more expensive. You have to be, it's very, it's intense on you having to be there on a weekly basis at 7 a.m. in the morning, but it's a category exclusive group. So basically, once you get accepted into the chapter of your choice, no other public adjuster could be in that group. Once a general contractor gets in there, no other general contractor, and whatever it is the profession. So you lock out your competition as soon as you get accepted in that group. And what I really love about them is sort of their motto is called Giver's Gain, and it's like anything else in life. The more you give, the more you will receive. So I like that motto. I think that's kind of cool. And it really helped me when I first started 12 years ago. That helped me a lot. I didn't really know. I was a young kid. I was 25 years old. I didn't really know any people, at least business people. All I knew was my friends who like to go out to the bar and get drunk all the time. I didn't know the right people to really grow my business. And that allowed me to really get in to a pretty solid group of business professionals that allowed me to help me grow my business. So that was fantastic. And I'm in the group now again. So that's a good group that you can. All right, I guess it's just one of those days. My memory card just got filled up. So, man, where the heck was I? Meetup, BNI is very good. And then that's what really helped me tremendously, like crazy. And then another organization that I'm a part of here, it's called RGA, which is Revenue Generating Association. That's just another networking group. It's not like BNI where it's the category exclusive, but it's a little bit easier where you could just go for lunch and stuff like that. RGA I found through Meetup. So in Meetup you could find different networking organizations depending if they promote their organization through there, and you can meet different people. If you're a youngster, if you're in your early 20s, I know they've got one here in Tampa that's great. It's called Young Business Professionals. And they go out and they meet almost on a weekly basis at like a different bar or at a restaurant. And they're all young business professionals, young entrepreneurs. And that'd be a great way also, at least to be somebody that's in your age range. And you could just, again, build relationships. That's what it's all about. You never know who you're going to meet. One thing that is very difficult about these networking things and about the Meetup, the thing that's difficult, the most difficult, at least for me now, what's most difficult for me about the meetups is that it takes a lot of guts to go out there and not know anybody and just walk into a room or walk into a restaurant or walk into a bar and just say, how you doing? You know, my name is Vince. For me, that's very difficult. I'm not the kind of person, I'm more of an introvert. Believe it or not, I'm not the kind of person who's gonna go in, I'm just gonna command attention in a room. I'm just not. I'm not the kind of person who's just gonna start talking about amazing stories and amazing things. I'm the kind of person where I will go into one of these networking events or one of these things and I will probably just draw myself to one person and really just somebody that's interesting to me, and we just sort of develop a friendship or relationship through there. That's me. Depending on the kind of person you are, I wish I was more outgoing in some of these things, but I guess this is just a shout out to the people who don't feel that they can do it. Trust me when I tell you, it is like a big decision that I have to make before getting in my car and going to one of these events. It's not easy. It's very difficult. But I will say this, it's like exercise in the morning, right? You don't want to do it right before, but as soon as you finish it and as soon as you accomplish it, you feel very accomplished, and it's almost always worth your while. So if you get in that car and you go to that networking event, I could almost guarantee you, it's like a 99% chance it will be worth your while. it just may make you feel good that you actually got out there and did something, or you might actually meet that person or one of those people that you need in your organization or in your group of professionals that will really help you grow your business. So get out there and do it. Get out of your comfort zone. That it's all about. I can do a whole video on that. So yeah, join organizations. So some of the organizations for us public adjusters that I feel are very important, especially if you want to get into that commercial claims and stuff like that, is I like real estate organizations. More particularly, commercial real estate organizations. And you can go two ways with that. We have an organization here that's only for commercial realtors. And all you got is people there who own multifamilies, who own business buildings, who own, single business buildings, which is one office inside, or multiple business buildings or shopping malls and stuff like that. You've got all those realtors, commercial realtors, and you got some of the owners that go to these events, but mostly it's the realtors. But the realtors know the buyers. So that's how you try to get in. I like the organizations. They're not quite as expensive as some of the networking and referral building, but you know what? They're not as expensive, so that's good. And they're not as rigorous as, say, like a BNI where you have to go every single week. A lot of these things, they'll have like a monthly luncheon and you just go. And you never know who you're going to meet. I think it helps a lot. So there's the commercial realtor organization, or you could just join a normal realtor. I'm part of another one that's not just commercial. It's just normal realtor investors. I like that one too. So, and then the other one is business managers association, which is basically for property managers and property management companies that are in charge of different like condominium associations and stuff like that. Those are great because they have direct contact with the board, and if an event happens, you may get that claim. So at least that's what I'm doing here, is just to share with you guys the three that I'm a part of. Well, I'm part of two networking organizations that are just referrals, and I'm also part of a commercial realtor, business managers, property managers, and then just a normal real estate investors. So those are what I like. I like real estate. I own some real estate myself, so it's also good just for me to network and just get to know these people. And in the 2 years that I've been here, I've developed some pretty solid relationships with people who are my age, who have a lot of the same interests and the same hustle and the same drive. So it's actually been kind of cool just going to all these things. So you're going to make friends with people who may not even throw you business on the regular, but will still you may hang out with and have a drink at a bar. So it's kind of cool. Trust me, build relationships. And I get referrals from those people too. Those are the people, just because I'm friends with them, they will refer me as well. And you never know when you're gonna get that big one. So that's it. One of the things that you want to do when you meet these people in person is you want to try to meet them outside of that group setting. Because the group setting, when you go to some of these events and some of these networking things, they could be a little hectic. You just have many people that you're talking to. You're having short conversations. Oh, if I could cut in real quick, try to develop a 30-second pitch. That's very important. 30-second to a 1-minute pitch of exactly what you do and how they can help you. Just FYI. I have to say it every day, every week in BNI, so that's helped a lot. But you could really, when somebody asks you, what do you do? Bam, 30 seconds, you could give them the gist of everything that you do and how they can help you and what you're looking for in 30 seconds. So just try to come up with something like that. But after you meet somebody in an organization, you're going to end up with a card. Look at this. I mean, this is from 2 years ago and beyond. I mean, look at that. Those are just business cards. Business cards. So you're going to just meet, all these people. You're going to walk out with all these business cards. You're not going to know who they are. Or you might remember, but they might not remember you unless you follow up. Follow up is very important. If you really met somebody that you felt that could really help your business, or just that you felt was very interesting, follow up with them. Give them a call. Okay? You can send an email, but I would give them a call. Give them a call, leave a voicemail, send a text, and say, hey, it was really nice meeting you. I'd really like to see if we can talk more about each other's business. Maybe we could have lunch. Maybe we could meet at a Starbucks. Do you have any time this week? Do you have any time next week? People are not gonna, if you had any kind of connection with that person, they're not gonna say no. So when you meet with that person, we call it a one-to-one. That's really your chance that you could really explain to them exactly what you do, what you're about, where you're from, who you are, and that really is where the relationship could really start to build. And just try to keep up with them. Maybe you get their information if you have an email that you send out about your business. Once they get you, now the good thing is you find somebody on Facebook, they could all now see all your stuff. So the one-to-one and the follow-up is very important. Try to meet with them outside of the networking event. And I think that's pretty much it. I mean, I feel like I've been talking forever, but you know, call your contacts, send messages on Facebook, get a social media account going, get on Meetup and meet different people so you can network with, join networking organizations. I would if I were you. Follow up with people and build relationships. Building relationships is what all of this is all about. All of this is all about building relationships with people. If you're a shitty person, then this may be hard for you. But I'm a firm believer that most people are not shitty. So, you know, it's important, man. Build relationships with people, and that's how you're going to grow your business. It's going to be slow at first, but the reason why in the beginning of the video I said that this is to give you something to do, you're not going to have many claims, unfortunately. Unless you're working for a big company that they have calls in, then maybe this is not for you. But if you're on your own, or if you're a part of a small company that doesn't do a lot of advertising, and you really need to build your own base, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. It sucks, and a lot of you may even disagree because you don't like to network, and I don't blame you, because I have times where I can't stand it, but it's worked for me, and that's why I'm sharing it with you. So yeah, get out there and meet people. Get out there and meet people. The last thing I wanted to say is, in my opinion, of all this, what's really the most important way to really grow your business is to stay mentally focused. To stay mentally focused. If you're focused on other things, you'll be surprised how business just sort of starts to slow down. But when you get focused again on growing your business in different ways that you could really just get more claims and get more money, you'll be surprised they just sort of start coming in. So just stay focused, stay mentally focused, stay on track, and good things will happen. So that's it, my people. That's all I got for today. Subscribe below. Please subscribe right there. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you get the alerts every time a new video comes out, even though the goal here is to have a new video out every single Wednesday. And like the Facebook page, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, and comment below if you have any questions. And please feel free to send me a message, ask me questions. I got a lot of you guys asking me questions, and I'm here to help. I'm glad to help. So that will be all, sir and gals, and have a great weekend. Later.